as the natural dittos. Bubble the screen became with my magic wand, it will be the book will fly up and flew onto the table. Whiz! And hello everybody! Wizard Quest is here today. Now let's read this bedtime stories. Today I've chosen one story. The Wobbly Spaceship. Ooh, is this about a spaceship that is wobbly and wobbly like a jelly? I think so. The spaceships of an entire galactic star fleet were ready at all times to be sent on vital mission across the galaxy. As soon as the alarm sound of a control base, they set off at hyperspeed through space. For problems on planets, colliding shooting stars, runaway rockets, or any disaster, the spaceships of the entire galactic starfleet were always on hand. But one spaceship was different from the rest. Which spaceship? There are so many spaceships in here. Which spaceship? This one, or this one? I don't know. So many spaceships that I cannot know. Like you have 10 kind of candy. Lollipop, candy with wrap outside, round candy, swirl candy, blah blah blah. Or gummy, even more. They said when people come and they want and he want to have a candy, but he does not say to you which kind of candy does he want. So how could you know which candy does he want? Just like in this book. They said there was one spaceship that is different from the rest, but I didn't know which spaceship of there were many spaceships. Well, okay, now let's continue it. At first, he was sent on missions with the rest of the fleet, but it wasn't long before the other spaceships started to make fun of him. Wiggle wobble, thought one. You're just like a jelly, jeered another. All this teasing made the poor spaceship feel very ashamed because it was true. He did wobble. Oh, for however hard he tried, he could not stay upright for long. First, he flew to the right, then tittled to the left. And what? More often than not, he would overbalance and started to spin. He was indeed a very wobbly spaceship, and as that wasn't bad enough, he found it impossible to land. Oh, which is bound to happen if you wobble. If ever he did manage to reach a planet, he would bounce across the surface like the people skimming. over water. In a way, that was lucky because the Wobbly spaceship always managed to avoid large rocks and miss falling into deep craters. All the travelers in space got out of the way the moment they saw it flying unsteady towards them. If my flying doesn't improve, said the spaceship sadly, I'd be thrown out of an entire galactic star fleet. Then one day he was close to the patrol base when the alarm sound. Emergency! Emergency! What's that emergency? A main rocket has been reported missing over for a week. All spaceships returned to base and made swiftly the whole entire galactic fleet assembled to hear the instructions. This is your most important mission so far, they heard the voice of their base controller say. Search everywhere for the missing astronaut and bring him back safely. Good luck, all of you. That means all the spaceship needed to find the missing astronaut. As the fleet of spaceships set off, one of them shouted to another, "Wibble, wobble! The jelly will save him!" And the rest of them shrieked as they whizzed by. How lazy is that? Feeling the hurt, the Wobbly spaceship set up a bit behind the others, for it was quite clear that they didn't want him around. He searched the galaxy for hours and hours. Sometimes he flew to his right. No, the right is here. And he tried to the left, but all the time he kept a sharp lookout for the missing astronaut. After flying for so long, the Wobbly spaceship indeed erased and tired to land on a nearby planet. He bounced across the surface as he always did. Then he bumped into something so hard and metal, but luckily came to a stop without a single scratch. Oh, lucky! You here at last, he heard a voice call, and standing there was the missing astronaut. There he is. My rocket ran out of fuel and crashed here over a week ago. So in a week he doesn't eat anything, or he going to his spaceship and eat? I don't know. I think he's going into his spaceship and eating the food, or he will be hungry and dead. And I'm pleased to see you. And with that, the astronaut jumped aboard the Wobbly spaceship, took off from the planet, and steered towards home. Do you think like me? If you think like me, I said what I think. I wonder what is this planet? It kind of looks like Mars, isn't it? Or Jupiter or Saturn? No, I think that is Mars. The spaceship had never flown so fast or straight before. It didn't tilt to left or right, and he couldn't overbalance if he tried. It just felt wonderful. All you needed was a pilot, laughed the astronaut. Now all I need is a spaceship like you. And from then on, the two of them conquered space together. The end. And not the end to say bye-bye yet. We just finished reading it. Now let's get finished of this video by summarizing it. The Wobbly Spaceship. In the space, the Wobbly spaceship has some friends, but his friends always like to tease him. Wobbly, Wobbly, one spaceship says. You wobble, wibble, wobble like a jelly, said another. They said that is true because he did wobble. And when a thing he not very good is how to I missed that word. I'm sorry, it will be fast. That is the word, land. The thing it was impossible in the world needed is to land on the ground. He was quite not very good at it. Sometimes he lands down, but he has touched the water. Well, and he thinks, if I wobble like this, I will be kicked out of let's call it universe. Okay? I cannot remember this, so let's call it universe. Okay? He thinks in his head, when I fly wibble like this, I may be kicked out from the universe. Then there was an emergency. Emergency! There was a lost astronaut 4 weeks ago. You needed to find him. Good luck for you all. His friend says, the jelly could save him, one said. Then they all flew away. Then the Wobbly spaceship find the lost astronaut for hours and hours and hours. Then he tried to land on a planet, but he has bumped into something metallic. Then he heard someone says, "Goodness, you here!" And that was a missing astronaut. Then the astronaut says, "My spaceship are out of fuel. So I need you to ride." Then he jump on the Wobbly spaceship and flew back. And the Wobbly spaceship think this is wonderful. And that is the end. Bye-bye! The wizard will make everything change by magic.